A veteran of more than 300 bouts in the World Wrestling Entertainment venue, including here in Providence 3 years ago. The brass body indeed, he clocked in at 265 yesterday on the dot, all muscle. You see him getting some last-minute instructions outside the cage.
There was a joke yesterday when he weighed in that everybody was looking for the body fat, so somebody owes Dave Batista body fat because he had none yesterday.
Well, conditioning has never been a problem for Bautista, and it certainly wasn't leading up to this fight. He has worked incredibly hard. He's told various media outlets throughout this process that this has been the hardest thing he's ever done to prepare for this bout.
That's I have to be honest, anytime somebody ever tries to do what we do in our sport, coming from anything else, you hear the same thing. This sport, bar none, is the hardest to train for, the most physically demanding. And for many, many different reasons. Not only the physical contact and what you ask your body to do, but the continuous pounding, not just with your heels like a boxer, continuous bag work and sparring sessions, but now you're grappling and getting picked up and dropped. And it's when he says that this is the hardest thing he's ever done, I believe the man.
And he's gotten some great training along the way. He's 43 years of age. He opened up his own Gracie Jiu-Jitsu gym in Tampa, training with Josh Rafferty, who was a contestant on the debut season of The Ultimate Fighter. So he's got the right people in his ear. Round number one.
These boys are squaring off. Batista's got his hands up high. Short right hand.
Lucero comes in right away with the right hand. And another right.
Another right hand.
He lands two big rights.
He's landing 2 or 3 big rights.
Batista with the knee.
A third, a fourth.
Lucero just letting it all hang out.
Over the top. He's doing exactly what you would expect somebody who took a fight on short notice to do.
Exactly. Go in there,
very quickly.
It all out. Yep.
Whatever you have, you throw. Now Batista's doing a really good job. Overhook. Stop talking and fight was what was instructed by the official, Dan Magliata.
Interesting. Batista certainly needs to shore up the defense a bit. He caught 2 big right hands early on, and here he is with his back pressed against the cage. Lucero trying to use his force.
If you can tell, though, Dan Magliata can't see it, but Vince is actually holding the cage underneath. Now he's letting go. Now he's got the right hand free, and they're throwing on the exchange.
Here we go.
Here we go.
The center of the canvas.
Straight left hand, another left hand.
Big right and left by Lucero. He's landing.
Right leg kick.
Another big left hand from Lucero.
Batista needs to throw his hands. He's throwing great kicks. There's a right hand by Batista. Rear teep by Batista and a right hand counter by Vince. Left hook, right cross. Another left hook, right cross. Batista looks to clinch up. Vince is using a crossface to try to keep Batista from pulling him in too tight.
You know, Batista is certainly leaving himself open for these shots, Scott. He's walking right into these left and rights from Lucero.
And he's walking through them. So, and of course, in training, I'm sure he's used to a hell of a lot of live stuff.
Batista now working that knee to the midsection. He got one off big.
Nice elbow by Batista that just missed. Now Vince reverses on the clinch and pins Batista to the cage.
And Lucero just flipped it around nicely and pressed him right
Vince
back.
And Vince is waving to the crowd as this is happening.
He's loving it. I mean, this is the show of a lifetime, and Lucero is soaking it up. And they got to break this one up wisely.
Batista needs to get his hands up, and Dave now switches to a lefty stance.
Interestingly enough,
he shoots right in for the takedown, and he gets it.
Big takedown by Dave Batista. We were waiting to see if he had that in his arsenal.
Well, we expected it as well. Now he's stepping over, bringing his right knee to try to pin down Vince's arm, and this is where Vince could be in a lot of trouble.
And we'll see if all that training at Gracie Jiu-Jitsu has paid off in Tampa.
Well, Dave's looking to isolate both arms and then rain down punches, I guarantee you. Now his balance is slightly off.
Dropping that hammer fist down on Lucero.
40 professional fights at heavyweight. He's been here before. And now Dave Batista gas mount. He looks like he's going to get the back. This is a very big guy. He might not try the back mount.
It's tough to
wrap your arms around. It could be too much on the girth.
Yeah.
Dave might think about staying in side control here. There's a lot of girth he's giving up.
Big right
good right hands, good punches. Vince is working to defend. Batista is trying to flatten him out, and he does have good. He's doing a really good job. He has him on mount, but from the side. So maybe where the girth doesn't come into as much. You can see where the knees aren't on the ground.
Landing some left hands now.
Dan Magliata really right up in this to see what's going
He's
on.
got that left arm on. Let's send it down to Joe Lozon for the official post-fight interview.
So what do you think of your first MMA fight? How'd it go compared to how you expected?
I think my nerves got the best of me a little bit. He hits like a fucking horse. He rocked me, and I was just, I didn't have my legs under me coming out. I was just so nervous. But once it took me a little bit to get my composure because I was just rocked.
So when do you think you want to fight again? You know, something you want to do right away, or wait a little bit, or what are you thinking?
No, I want to fight again for sure. I think it was a matter of getting this first one out of the way. I mean, the guys will tell you I was just so nervous. I had so many butterflies coming out. But I think it got the best of me a little bit.
I think you handled butterflies pretty well.
I'm better than I showed tonight.
I think you handled butterflies pretty well. I think you showed a lot of skill, and congratulations.
Thank you. I want to, first of all, bear with me because I waited a long time for this interview. I want to thank my team because, regardless of this win or not, this win's really insufficient. It doesn't really matter because, Vince wasn't even the guy I signed up to fight anyway. But obviously he's a vet. He knew what he was doing. He wasn't nervous. But my team, my accomplishment was in my camp because I believe I gained the respect of my team. So I want to thank my team. Josh Rafferty, my head coach. Mateus Andre, my jiu-jitsu coach. Rob Radford, my boxing and conditioning coach. Eric Alberich, my wrestling coach. And Ricky Montiel, my sports psychologist. And my training partners. I had the best training partners in the world for this camp.